Good afternoon, everyone. So thank you to her network for putting this fantastic summit together. I'm excited to be here. I'm sure I speak for everyone on this stage when I say so. Without further ado, I'm going to give all the beautiful ladies sharing this stage with me a minute each to introduce themselves and what it is they do.
Hi everyone, my name is Ujama Akpata. I'm a co-founder at Jamskidi Worldwide. We do logistics, imports, exports, local deliveries. I'm also a mom of two and an engineer by profession.
Hi everyone, my name is Kikelomo, Fola-Ogunniya. I'm Ama's partner. We co-own Jamskidi, so I'll stand on Ama's existing introduction. One thing I'll add is that we're now taking a pivot into tech, so we're taking advantage of, being tech sisters, upcoming tech sisters. So we're excited to be here and to share. I'm a mom of one, and I'm a lawyer by profession.
Good evening, ladies. Hi. My name is Zainab Balogun, and I am an actress and co-founder of Wash and Go. Wash and Go is a simple concept hair salon focusing on providing healthy hair services. And in my spare time, I'm also an actress. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Oh, man. My name is Bolanle Olukanni, and I am a co-founder of Wash and Go. And I am a TV presenter, MC compared. This is so weird when I stand on a stage and I'm not comparing. I'm like, but I host events and I'm also a content creator as well.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies. And really quick, I'm Amanda Osikilo. I'm the vice president at Glam Brand Agency. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of what we do, but what I will tell you to make it, easier for everyone to understand is our company is the one that brings all your favorite international beauty brands to Nigeria and ensures that you guys know that they're here. So, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Okay, so let's jump right in, shall we? Amazing. So, this session is called Collaboration Over Competition. What I've come to realize, over time from conversation, reading, and all that stuff is there's a wide array of views on what collaboration is, and the same goes for competition. So, I think we'll start from far left. Can I ask you, ladies, can you please share with us what your definition of collaboration is? And then we can move on to what competition. Basically, just give us a little definition.
So from my perspective, I think collaboration is basically working together towards a common goal. Even though you might be competing brands or in the same space, rendering the same service to the same kind of people, but coming together to maximize on each other's strengths and making it sharing the pie amongst different people. Another thing is you can also collaborate with partnering brands. So for example, her network can collaborate with a hair brand to serve because they have the same audience. So those are some examples of collaboration. And I think both of us, as well as Bolanle and Zainab, are perfect examples of collaborators as well. No.
No. Same question, yes.
I think I'm just pretty much gonna echo the same thing. Collaboration takes place in different types of formats. So as Bolanle is a content creator collaborating with different brands to amplify a single message. And then there is collaboration in business, like what we have as well, which is just pulling together our different networks, our brands, our brains to create something. It's that simple, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, so as we all know, both sets of ladies on both sides. You're all collaborators, but no one has really touched on competition. So would you like to maybe start from you, Bolanle? What does competition mean to you?
So competition is, it varies, right? I think they always talk about how there's like healthy competition, and then of course there's toxic competition. Toxic competition is the one that I think most of us have a problem with, where every single person or every woman, you see her as a challenge to your success. So I think for me, competition is understanding that no one is a challenge to my success, but instead it's more of the ability to see someone doing X, Y, and Z, and to be ginger to be able to push myself to do what I want to do in the same line. I think that's really, really important. So, but I generally don't really use competition in any of my vocabulary, honestly, because unfortunately I haven't found how to use the word competition in a healthy way, so I just completely remove it from my vocabulary. Some people, it gingers them, but for me, I don't see anyone as my competition because we're all so different. And competition means that you're fighting or working against someone to be better or to get to your own goal. So I don't really use that word.
Some might say that your shoulders are high. Yes, there are different types of competition. Healthy competition, meaning being able to be inspired by what somebody's doing and letting that kind of push you in the right direction.
In terms of disadvantages, and what I would say is, and this is not a disadvantage, it's something that you had to learn. When you run a business with someone, you have to run every decision through each other. And that was definitely something that was very new for me because at some point in my life, I've always tried to run a business. And, you know, I'm used to making all the decisions on my own, but having a business is like being married. And it really has taught me about marriage. My dears, what is that? You know, married, they choke. Like, what? You know, when it comes to like something as small as, you know, maybe what kind of cups we want to use, you know, you just gotta, even if it's your responsibility, you have to send it to your partner and say, you good with it? You good with it. The price good? The price good. So you do have to run everything through each other. And if you're not someone that is very good at sharing, that can be a bit of a challenge and a learning curve. But I don't think it's something that's a disadvantage. It's just something you have to get used to.
Yeah, you know, I also can't really think of any disadvantages. I think it's very important to find someone that complements you. So whatever areas you feel like you're not the best in. So I have a little bit of OCD. I'm all about detail. Feel it. Important.
Yeah, I think to add to that, it's crazy because most of the things you've said are the same. So I am the Bolanle in the group. So I'm not the people person, to be honest. Kike is the people person. She's very sociable. I'm very introverted, very quiet, and Kike is the one that goes all out. Oh my God, hi guys, you know. So it's wonderful to have that partnership where you know that you don't need to think about social media aspect of it. For me personally, I leave it to Kike because she does it she does it so well. For me, I'm more of like numbers. I love numbers. I love just being in that space of running the business and all that. So the advantages are just the fact that you have that person that shares your ideas, you run things by, even though, you know, the issue of actually talking to the other person to bounce off ideas and okay things. So I found that a lot of times I might be thinking about something and I might see it in one particular way, but by the time I run it by Kike, she's like, oh, what about this side? Did you think about that? You know, so that helps you in terms of not just jumping the gun and making rash decisions.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies. Quick question for you, ladies. So, Bolanle and Zainab, you mentioned that, you know, you ladies were actually friends first before you, you know, jumped into business together. Was it the same case for you? Okay.
So we were friends. Our husbands are actually best friends. So we met through them, and the relationship just kind of grew from there. And they were we were boyfriends before they became husbands. And so we've known each other for a while, but we've been in business together for 9 years.
That's dope, isn't it? Okay, great. So, is it safe to say, I mean, from everything that you ladies have said this afternoon, is it safe to say that collaboration clearly trumps competition for everyone?
Yeah, fully, fully, fully. And I think something to also think about is don't forget that Zainab and I collaborate in another context as content creators, right? So we literally.
Presenters on Ebony Live TV, and we're both like really, really young. I think we were like 23 or 22 when we started, and there's a lack of maturity there in understanding that this person can actually help make your career better. Not that we were. I wasn't the person that she was talking about. So, I understand what she means in that when we first started in the industry, then there was a lot of like everyone was like, oh my gosh, how do I get the best opportunity? Because we all started around the same time. And it wasn't until recently that we realized the power in collaborating on our social media together. And the ways Zainab and I do our collaboration is very, specifically on our social media, it's really intense in the fact that if someone calls Zainab for a job, like they wanted to post something on social media, Zainab always pitches me as well. If someone calls me for a job, for something on social media, I always pitch her. So we're always trying to find ways to plug each other in. I'll give you another example. Last year, there was an event that she was supposed to host, and she wasn't able to host it because of, I think she had work or something like that. The first person that she thought about and said, replace me, was me, right? And I was able to do that. So it's really about always trying to find ways to help each other grow financially and also grow as individuals. Well, really grow financially. So we are always there. I mean, Zainab, I hope every time they give you a job, it was because
Everybody chops breakfast together. So I think one of the most important things is that I feel safe with Bolanle, right? I feel safe with a lot of my friends, but when it comes to working at this sort of space and pace as well, she gives me that sense of security. And so I've never looked, I don't even think there's any of my friends that I look at in competition. I just see it as we're all pushing for the same things. If Bolanle makes it and decides she wants to be able to take all of her friends on a private jet somewhere, I have a seat, do you get? So there's one common goal.
So collaboration is key.
Amazing. Thank you, ladies, so much. This, I believe, has been an amazing session. We're going to take a couple of questions from the audience. Do we have any questions? Okay, we've got several. We've got some on both ends of the room, actually.
I can relate to everything you said, but I have this question because I don't think you've answered it. In a situation where you are to handle a project and you have conflicting views, how do you handle that? Then, secondly, how do you legally outline your responsibilities?
We actually used to flip a coin. So if we are on opposing sides, we'd literally just flip the coin, and that's how the decisions were made. When it comes to splitting, knowing how to legally split responsibility, I mean, we have defined roles based on our skill set. So we share, the operations responsibilities, but we also have our specific roles that we know that, I don't step on Bolanle's toes when it comes to the banking and financing options, but she also knows that there are certain conversations that she has to have with me. And, it's all on our job descriptions. I mean, we're employed by Wash and Go, so, yeah. Which is important. Please employ yourselves. Because you also need a driver, right? I mean, we don't get paid that much from Wash and Go, but, we get paid. So
I do is pros and cons. So we would have, okay, so if we went this way, and it depends on the kind of decision we're making. So, okay, we want to, I don't know, whatever kind of decision, you can just do pros and cons. And the facts speak for themselves. And the other person has to also have an open mind to contribute to the conversation and then stick with the one that has the most pros, and then you deal with the cons to come. And then with sharing of roles, it just happened naturally. I'm a lawyer, I write, so email templates, social media, etc., fell right into my laps. We didn't even need, but it just happened. And then Ama is, give me a calculator and I'll just, our finances would have been in a mess. So Ama handles finance, and we also have a finance consultant. He also gives us business advisory. So sometimes when we have varying opinions on something, the organization stands as, advice. So we seek advice from other more knowledgeable people.
There are some businesses that are meant to fail. Not all businesses are supposed to succeed. And there is a learning aspect to that. You've been in a relationship with your friends for a certain number of years. There are certain things that you know about them. I have certain friends that I know that I've tried to do businesses with certain friends and it just hasn't worked, and I know that it would never work in a particular type of capacity. Are they friends that can come on board and consult or maybe support in different ways? But it's about knowing personality traits as well. So knowing what your spirit aligns with in the process.
A round of applause for this amazing, amazing panel. So many gems.